Hello there, my name's Fernando, and I'm a developer advocate here at GitLab. And today I'm going to go over custom compliance frameworks and show you how to create them and apply them to your projects to make sure that they adhere to your compliance requirement needs. GitLab also provides over 50 out-of-the-box controls for these requirements. Now let's take a dive in. We can create custom compliance frameworks from the Compliance Center. Within your top-level group, go to the Secure Side tab and select Compliance Center. From here, we can see any compliance violations found within all of our projects. Currently, it is blank since we haven't created any custom compliance frameworks. To create one, let's click on the New Framework button. Here, we have the option of creating a blank framework or importing a framework using a JSON file with the appropriate schema. I'm going to select Create Blank Framework to start one from scratch. We'll then be taken to the new Compliance Framework Creation UI. Then I'll provide the framework with the name SOC 2 Compliance. That way I can find it by the SOC 2 Compliance label. I'll also provide a detailed description, SOC 2 or System and Organization Controls 2 Compliance Framework to apply to projects which will be audited. This will help others understand what this framework is hoping to achieve. I'll also add a color to the compliance framework to simplify sorting by compliance type. Now that we've added a name, a description, as well as a color to easily identify our compliance framework, let's go ahead and add requirements along with controls. To add a new requirement, click on the New Requirement button. We must provide the requirement with a name. I'm going to choose Appropriate Approvals. The description of this requirement will be to require the appropriate approvals for a merge request. Now let's go ahead and add some controls to the requirement. Controls are predefined rules that are configured for GitLab resources. These controls state when GitLab resources fall out of compliance, notifying you if your project is at risk. GitLab provides over 50 out-of-the-box controls and will add more with upcoming releases. Additionally, you can add external controls for custom requirements. I'm going to select that a merge request must require at least 2 approvals, that committers must approve the merge request, as well as the merge request author must approve it. I'll go ahead and create the requirement by pressing the Create Requirement button. I can see my requirement is attached to the Custom Compliance Framework. Now let's create a new one to require security scanners. I'll follow the same process to provide a name as well as a detailed description. Here we'll require SAST, dependency scanning, as well as API security. For the controls, we'll select dependency scanning running, API security running, and SAST running. The main purpose of this requirement is to show that you are out of compliance if any of these scanners does not run in your project. Now let's create the framework by pressing the Create Framework button. The framework has been created successfully. Now that we've created our compliance framework for SOC 2 compliance, let's go ahead and apply to the projects which need to adhere to this framework. To add the framework to a project, we go to the Projects tab, and from here we can search for the projects we wish to apply this framework to. I'm going to go ahead and search for any projects with the name Tanuki. Once I've identified the correct projects, I'll go ahead and select them with the radio buttons. Then I'll choose to apply a bulk action. I'll select Apply Frameworks to Selected Projects, and I'll choose the SOC 2 Compliance Framework I just created. Then I'll press the Apply button. After refreshing, we can see that they have now been applied. Now that we've applied our compliance framework to our projects, let's go ahead and see where they fall short of compliance. Now, when I go back to the compliance status, I can see which controls have failed. I can see that the requirements for required security scanners have failed for my Tanuki Shop project, as well as the requirement for appropriate approvals. If I click on View Details, I can see a description as to why these requirements failed, and I'm provided with details on how to resolve. In this case, it's because API security failed to run. I can click on the API security button to learn how to implement this feature. Thanks for watching. To learn more about custom compliance requirements, as well as the over 50 out-of-the-box controls, take a look at the links in the description. And for similar content, be sure to click on that subscribe button.